Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Wednesday, Janet Irvin, the woman arrested for her involvement in the death of 15-year-old Kwan Bobby Charles, is bonded out of jail. This comes after a judge lowered her bond by over $300,000 this week. News 10's Brett LaFaso spoke exclusively with the attorneys for Charles' family about why his parents say they are not angry. It's a story you'll see only on News 10.
The family is very cognizant of the fact that each defendant in this state and in this country has a right to confront their accuser. They're innocent until proven guilty. However, $400,000 to $90,000 is quite a bit, right?
On Thursday, Janet Irvin bonded out of jail after a judge reduced her bond by over $300,000.
As we go, there's going to be little speed bumps. There's going to be things that happen. The family is, I would say they were surprised, but they're not disappointed. They're not dissuaded. They're not thrown off the track. Okay, they are staying focused. And, they're happy to see that there's a light at the end of this tunnel.
Janet Irvin is now living in Youngsville with her boyfriend and an ankle monitor. Trishelle says Kwan Charles' parents are not angry.
They're still happy there's been an arrest. They're still hopeful that the prosecutors will utilize their skills, utilize everything at their disposal to ultimately bring this person to justice and get some finality for Kwan and his loved ones.
He says Kwan's parents understand this is part of the process. Janet Irvin bonding out of jail just means they're one step closer to her trial.
They want justice. They want answers. They want finality. They want peace. They want the ability to ultimately move on and honor Kwan's name in some type of meaningful, positive way. That can't happen if the individual who's been charged is not ultimately brought to justice.
Trishelle says what Kwan's parents really want is justice and change.
They've come to the realization that they're not going to be able to bring Kwan back. Okay, that was, I think, the initial shock was, wrapping their mind around the fact that their 15-year-old son is gone in a really abhorrent way. So now what they're focusing on is what can they do to honor his life? What can they do to prevent this from happening to the next 15-year-old child?
Whether that's through new protocols, a scholarship, or even legislation. Reporting in Iberia Parish, Brett LaFaso, KLFY News 10.
The judge says Janet Irvin is only allowed to leave the Youngsville home for work, court, or medical purposes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Janet Irvin has been released from prison, and the judge reduced her bond from $400,000 all the way down to $90,000. Really? How do you justify that? So this came out on a CBS 10 affiliate, KLFY, and wow. So this is April 17th, 2021. Parents of Kwan Charles said they aren't angry Janet Irvin was released from jail. Attorneys for the 15-year-old Kwan Bobby Charles family said his parents are not angry that Janet Irvin, the woman accused of being involved with their son's death, was recently released from jail. So Janet Irvin bonded out of Iberia Parish Jail Thursday after a judge lowered her bond by over $300,000 earlier this week. Okay, well, what was the reason to reduce the bond? That's what I would like to know. Mm-mm-mm. The family is very cognizant of the fact that each defendant in the state in this country has a right to confront their accuser. They are innocent until proven guilty. However, the $400,000 to 90,000 is a bit, quite a bit. Yeah, that is a huge drop in bond. And like I said, I just want to know what justifies that. Chase Trishell, an attorney for Kawan's family, said Irwin's bond was set at $400,000. After spending 2 months in jail, a judge reduced the bond to $90,000 and set restrictions for her parole. Irwin is required to wear an ankle monitor and must live at her boyfriend's home in Youngsville. She can only leave for court, work, or medical purposes. As we go, there going to be a little speed bumps, a little speed bump, reducing her from 400,000. A little speed bump. Never mind. There's going to be things that happen. The family is, I would say, they're surprised, but they're not disappointed. They're not dissuaded. They're not thrown off the track. They're staying focused and they're happy to see there's a light at the end of the tunnel, Trishelle said. Well, there isn't. As long as you don't have a conviction and she gets the time that she deserves, then there's no light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know what the hell this attorney is babbling about. He says Kawan's parents aren't angry that Irwin was allowed to be released from jail. They're still happy that there's been an arrest. They're still hopeful. The prosecutors will utilize their skills, will utilize everything at their disposal to ultimately bring this person to justice and get the final analogy for Kawan and his loved ones, he said. He says Kawan's parents understand this is part of the process. Janet Irwin bonding out of jail just means they're one step closer to her trial. They want justice. They want answers. Yeah, they want peace. They want the ability to ultimately move on and honor his name in some of the meaningful, positive ways. And they can't, that can't happen if the individual charge is not ultimately brought to justice, he said. Well, we shall see. America is not big on putting people like Janet in prison. In fact, they're always looking for ways out or find a jury that looks like her so she can get out. They do all kinds of little trickeries and mind games and all that stuff. Trishelle says Kawan's parents are looking forward to Irwin's trial so they can finally get answers about how and why Laquan ended up dead in a sugarcane field behind Irwin's home. More than anything, he said, Kawan's parents want justice and change. They've come to the realization they're not going to bring Kawan back. Well, I mean, that's kind of common sense. The attorney, sometimes they just need to shut up. They hope to prevent this from happening to another child, whether that's through establishing new protocols, a scholarship, or legislation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see. They did not give a date on when she will be in court, but they're saying that she is living with her boyfriend right now. And, she's restricted, like a lot of people with ankle monitors are restricted. But y'all tell me what you think. I really don't think she should have been released from prison. That's just my opinion. She should still be in there, and she damn sure should not have gotten that kind of reduction in the bond. That says a lot. It almost says like the judge wanted to do something to make sure she got out. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.